Hello, this is Abhishek Raj, and in today's session, I'll be talking about Firebase. So, Firebase is a platform as a service, and it means that they provide load balancers, automatic deployments, and many such features. So, we'll be talking about those features in this video. We will also be talking about when and where you should use Firebase. So, let's start the session. So let's get to the Firebase website so I can show you what Firebase is. Yes, so let's visit the console and I'll create this project. Okay, our project is ready and you can see our project is here. And these are products provided by Firebase like build and release monitor and analytics. So let's get to what is build. So the first thing we see here is authentication, and authentication is same as login and sign up. And I think you must have seen buttons like login with Google, login with Facebook, and similar kind of stuff. So I've been talking about authentication. So you can see you can use authentication with these website, and suppose you want to add authentication in your app or website, so it can be very handy. Suppose if you want to implement authentication on your own, then it will be kind of messy because you will have to use hashing algorithm like argon or SHA-256 or 512. So there are some, if you want to implement the same logic in front end, then you will have to use Jot or session token. So let's talk about what are pros and cons of Jot. So let's get to jwt.io and let's get to debugger. So this is Jot token and your backend. So you can use Jot and your backend will generate these type of tokens. And this token is comes in three parts. You can see red, purple, and blue, sky blue. So what is this? So the first thing is header, and here the algorithm is stored. So you can see the algorithm is just a minute. Yeah, algorithm HS256. So we are encrypting our data using HS256 algorithm, and this purple part is our payload. So you can set you can set anything in payload like email. You can save abhishek at something.com. You can see this is updating live, and you can save also the name and username or user id or something. And IAT means issued at this time. You can also set when this token will expire, and this sky blue part is our signature. Suppose you save this token in local storage or session storage, or I mean cookies. So if suppose I change this email with your name, like I place your name here, so I can do any bad stuff with your email id, like I can log into your email id. So this sky blue thing protects the protects me from changing the email. And suppose if I change anything, you can see this sky blue thing is also changing. You can see this sky blue thing is changing whenever I changing the data. So this thing is signature. Whenever payload is changed, this signature is also changed. So your backend can detect if someone has changed the data or not. So the main problem with Jot tokens are if you issue this token with some, like you issued this token and set the expiry at 7 days, then you cannot do anything with this token. If suppose someone gets this token and this token has not expired, you cannot do anything. They can do any bad stuff with that token. And with session token, you have to store it in your database. So that is kind of complex task to implement. So you can use Firebase authentication here because this is very handy. You can just use you can just enable anything and use it in your front end, like web app or simple application. So let's come to Cloud Firestore. Cloud Firestore is similar to MongoDB or DynamoDB. So yeah, you see there are two databases here, Cloud Firestore and real-time database. So real-time database is mostly used for a low latency stuff, like if you want to sync your phone state with your database, then you can use it. Like if you want to sync your phone with your backend, then you can use it. Else you can use Cloud Firestore, and this is very good thing. I have also used it many times. So let's come to storage. Suppose if you're making a website or app like Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, then you will have to store your video and image somewhere. You can't store your image in your database. I have seen many people storing image in database as blob, but that is not a good practice, and everyone should use this feature. This is also called CDN, Content Delivery Network, and this is very good storage. I have used this many times. Now next comes is hosting. Suppose you have created a website and you want to deploy it. So suppose if you deploy it on Heroku, and then Heroku will make your application sleep after 30 minutes of inactivity. So suppose if someone visits it after some time, then it will take some time to open the web app. So you can use Firebase hosting, and it comes with like CI/CD automatic deployment stuff, and yeah, this is very good thing. Firebase hosting. I used in all my projects. So let's come to functions. If you want to deploy your backend code, then you can use this Firebase functions. But I have not used this because this does not comes with the free plan. And the most interesting part is this machine learning thing of Firebase. Let me show you. So suppose you are building a document scanner type of thing, like you must have used Cam Scanner, and it comes with text recognition like OCR. And suppose you have built something like document scanner, and you want to add this OCR stuff in your application, then you can just use their API, text recognition API. Or if you want to do some face detection in your application, suppose you are making a camera application, then you can directly use their API. These are very good, and you can also create your custom model, custom machine learning model, and you can deploy directly here. You can also watch science video on TF Live. He has really explained it well. Suppose you have built your application, and you have also deployed it somewhere, like you have released your application like Android or iOS application, or you can also deploy Unity application. So you want to track if someone is facing any issue in your application, or you want to give users power to report back the crash or any error they issue. Then you can use Crashlytics. This is very good tool after release, and these are some tools like performance testing. You can test your performance, like performance of your app, and these are taste labs. They do taste on your websites, or web apps and stuff. And I think everyone is aware of Google Analytics. This is very, yeah, so these are very good things. So let's talk about pricing, because pricing is most important, because we are students, we need everything for free. So let's talk about authentication. Except phone authentication, everything is free. Phone authentication is like 10K per month is free in India or any US, Canada, India. 10K per month is free. And if you go to Blaze plan, then you will have to like pay point one cents per verification. So I don't think this is very costly. So let me talk about hosting. So you can host like 10 GB of files here. Like if your website is too large, I don't think 10 GB is your website will be of 10 MB, and I mean 10 GB, and data transfer is quite good, 360 MB per day. And I know this is not like too large. You can easily get like 1000 to 2000 requests per day. Like you can also use Cloudflare for caching, so you can get too much, you know, too much requests if you want to do that. Let's talk about the storage. This is really good. You can build your like YouTube like projects like YouTube clone using this storage, and yeah, you get really good space, 5 GB, and GB download of like 1 GB per day. So that's it. You can use this call calculator and stuff, like how much, what will be the cost if you use these things. You can do this. That's it. And thanks for watching the video.